Hi there everybody, this is just a quick video to update my progress on the Panther I'm building along with Steve Mottram. I haven't got to do much work on it. I've been working on a 1/1 scale painting project and remodeling, namely my kitchen. So, you know, I haven't been spending much time on the model here. Plus, I was waiting on some stuff, but I have got it primed it with Vallejo black surface primer, which is normally what I use, and it works really good. I've said it before, say it again, it just works really well, gives a real good finish, and it's really, maybe it's because of my light, but I'm really able to tell if there's any flaws in the kit. But I've got it all primed and ready to go, so I can start painting it this week. I've got all the wheels, side skirts, all that done. The one thing I was waiting on that was kind of stalling me a little bit as well is the tracks. And you know, I have the kit tracks here. And the kit tracks aren't bad, you know, obviously they don't have the hollow guide horns, but they do look good, and I probably could have got away with using them because I'm going to have the full side skirts on, so the sag wouldn't have been as much of an issue. But as I stated in one of my earlier videos, I really kind of wanted to try independent track links for a change, and I got the Kaizen Panther tracks, and when I ordered them I really didn't notice, but these are late type tracks, and the difference in late type tracks and the early style tracks, and I can show you with the is the early style tracks are basically the main part that comes in contact with the road surface or ground is pretty flat with just two large grooves in it. Okay. The late style tracks, however, and here's an example of the Kaizen tracks. They really are kind of nice, but they have the cleats. I guess they're called ice cleats at angles on the main track surface. Now, I did some research because originally I really wanted to use these tracks, and you know, I paid for them, so I wanted to use them. But I was able to find some photographic evidence of early, you know, the Type D, the Aus D Panthers with the late style tracks. However, I couldn't really find any photo reference or photographic proof that they were actually used on a Kursk Panther, and I really don't think they were, and it would have been a stretch to even do that. And I am doing Kursk era Panther along with Steve Mottram, so after further thought, I thought, you know what, I can't really in good conscience put these on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save these and use them for another build later, which will probably be a Yag Panther, because I really want to build one of those, and I can use these tracks on it. So those are out. So what I was waiting on were Tamiya's tracks for the D version, which came out at the same time as the D version New Tool Panther. So, you know, after a little bit of research, and Andy of Tactical Jackalope took a look at some that he had and let me know that they actually are pretty nice. And my concern was, and I had seen on some other people's remarks about them, that on the inside of the track along the edge, whoops, there are some ejector pin marks, okay? And there's 2 ejector pin marks, one on each side of the track link on this whole series of tracks. But I had seen that some people had put them together and they sanded off very easily because they're really, really shallow, and they're almost more of just a difference in, they're almost flush. So I think that it should be pretty easy, and I was told that it doesn't take much to get those, remove those. You don't have to fill them, just a little light bit of sanding. So put some links together, run a sanding stick or something along there and get rid of them. That way I can use those and use the included guide horn portions with the hollow guide horns, because I kind of really want to do that. So it shouldn't be much of an issue, and I'll kind of maybe do a little bit of a review on these as to how easy they are to fix as far as that ejector pin mark, those ejector pin marks. So I will do that whenever I put them together, which I should hopefully start putting them together this week. But anyway, other than that, they're really nice looking tracks, and it's kind of nice because they'll match the kit supplied extra track links, which, you know, don't have any ejector pin marks, so there won't be any cleanup involved, and it has the hollow guide horns. So I'll be able to use these on the kit. And you know, upon further thinking about it, it's kind of strange that they'd be able to manufacture extra track links like this with no ejector pin marks. There's not really any seam lines that I can see, molding lines. The only cleanup would be to clip, you know, clipping off the ends of the tracks here. Why couldn't they do that with these? Interesting dilemma. But anyway, I'll be able to use these for the extra track links, put these together, sand them down, get them painted, weathered, so on. So this has kind of been a little bit of the hold up. So I should be able to make some progress this week, get some paint on the vehicle itself, and get it going finally. So when I ordered these, I also ordered some extra stuff. I got some, I've been wanting to get some of the Vallejo German Red Brown, which could be used as a primer, I guess. Well, it is a primer, but as a primer coat on a vehicle to remain true to form. Probably going to do that on a future build. When I start experimenting more with chipping and all that. One other item that I bought, I've been kind of contemplating in a while, and I finally cracked and did it because I got it at Hobby Lobby, and they always have their 40% off coupon for you across the Atlantic. It's a large hobby retailer in the States, and they sell some model stuff. I mean, they have a pretty decent selection. In my town, it's probably got the best selection of hobby supplies, since there's like really only one hobby shop in town anymore. But nice thing is you get a 40% off coupon. So if you go in and buy an item like an airbrush or any other big ticket item, you can get 40% off of it. And that's a nice thing. They take the 40% off the most expensive item in your overall purchase. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, I took advantage of that and got the Tamiya turntable stuff for painting. And I use that to prime the vehicle, and it's really, really handy. I like it. It works really well. I didn't think at first it'd really be that useful because I generally just hold it, but you know, sometimes I have to set a part down and let that kind of dry and cure a little bit while I'm moving on to something else, and then I can come back. That way I don't leave fingerprints, and I don't spray all over my hand while I'm trying to hold the part I'm spraying. So this actually did come in handy, and it was a worthwhile purchase. So Anyway, that is what I've got as far as an update on the Tamiya Panther Buddy Build with Steve Mottram. So hopefully I'll get some paint on it pretty quick, start working on some camo and all that. And that is that. So until next time, thanks for watching Plastic Models by a Regular Dude, and stay tuned.